one and all. I'm Michael, and we're not on the Up North homestead. We're in my mobile office. So, today's Monday, just a bit after 9 o'clock. The sun is due east at this time of day. Actually rises still pretty much in the northeast. So, start my solar panels off facing east, at least my new little cluster. And then, if I'm around, I will rotate them. I can do directions northeast or north-south, no, east, south, and west, but I don't have, I think they call that the azimuth, so it's fixed. It's basically fixed for mornings and evenings. This time of day, you can kind of see it through the window there. It's not super high in the sky. It's high enough that it's not shining through the window in my face. But yeah, it's doing awesome. I think with the exception of the rain that we got the end of the week, last week, I've been off grid all but like maybe 4 hours. Of course, rain clouds are the only type of clouds that really kill solar production. Cloudy days, not really. I mean, yeah, we lose a bit of production, but it's not like zero, which is awesome. So, saving my money. I want to, I'll back up a little. Went to a family reunion. It would be my mother's side of the family, and her youngest brother actually is a programmer for Ford, which is really cool. It was fun to sit down and talk to him. And during the pandemic, they figured out that it's cheaper to have office people like him work remotely, and they actually get more productivity out of these people doing so. But we got talking because in 2000, oh, hang on, the boss is texting. Okay, she's taking the dogs for a walk. So during the pandemic, and they went remote, they decided, hey, we're going to sell our property. They had 35 acres. It was in farming community. They had a whole bunch of llamas. They sold the llamas first, then decided to sell the property. They finally sold the property, ended up buying some property in Texas. Not exactly sure where it is, but Texas is a big state. They're in the northern part, I know that much. And bought a really fancy-dancy fifth wheel. And so they just, they got a wireless hotspot, and they just go wherever between Michigan. Occasionally they'll go down to Florida to see some family down there, and Texas. They'll spend the winters in Texas. So, but I'm like, hey, you should throw some solar panels on top of that thing, and then you don't have to worry about plugging in. He's like, I got 3 solar panels up there and 900 amp hours of batteries. I'm like, oh, you lucky dog. I only got 300 amp hours, and I'm trying to run a whole house. But yeah, I think my next major solar purchase is going to be buying another bank of batteries to get my amp hours up. I would like to see between 9 and 1200 amp hours. At that point, once fully charged, I would have a couple full days. Right now I get about 18 hours on a charge. if I'm being careful. Know that from doing some experiments. So it's like, that was kind of the encouragement. It's like, let's see if I can pull some money together, do some extra work, and just double, if not triple, quadruple. I would like to see 1200 amp hours, but 900 would make me feel good. So, oh boy. So I watched a video. It was a morning devotion video. Older chap from England. Just really, really knowledgeable stuff. And one of the things that he talked about was freedom, and talking about what was it? I think it was the French Revolution. Foreign history, I'm not a huge I haven't really studied foreign history, but of course I think it was the French Revolution where the Queen said, let them eat cake. Yeah, we got a plane landing. Man, he's like floating. He's barely moving for a jet. It's kind of cool. It's like, I'm just gonna slow down and stop. Okay, now I'll roll down the runway. It's cool. So cool. I love aviation. I wish I had my license. But that really, and he kind of alluded to it in his little message of freedom. His message was freedom in Christ is actually being bound to Christ, which was a really good message. But I kind of took the rabbit trail of, has our government and the elites of this world who have what they need, they have more than what they need, they have all they need and then some, and then they use us to get more. Have they said to us, in essence, let them eat cake? We don't care about them. We've got our life. Their life's not going to affect our lives. They can just go away. And so, oh, there he is. That's like a decent sized plane. Looks like a Challenger. Might be able to see it through the window behind me. And have we been put in that position? Have we been told, let them eat cake? I think we have. I think it's time for us in America to stand up against our government and say, you're not representing us. You're representing yourself and your elite friends. I mean, for Nancy Pelosi to tell her husband, hey, the government's going to give subsidies to the tech companies who already profit billions of dollars, but we're going to give them more billions of dollars, and we're going to prop them up. We're going to make their stocks even better. To go out and buy 20,000 stocks, $3 million in stocks, to wait for that little bump after the government votes in this whatever stimulus for the tech companies, and then the stock goes up, they sell and make a profit. I do not feel that anybody working in the government should be allowed to use that inside information to profit from. If I was to do it, or if you were to do it, we would be arrested for inside trading. Shoot, look at Martha Stewart. She got busted for inside trading. She spent some time in federal prison. So I think it's time that we tell them, enough's enough. You do not represent us. We are going to send somebody else to represent us. And I personally feel that, even local government in my area has gotten too big for their britches. They decide to do stuff without the input of the citizens, and the only way we can stop them is run against them. Oh boy, get out my little soapbox this morning. I love it. I'll turn that radio off. We don't need to be hearing it announce itself. So yeah, but yeah, it's it's time. Obviously draining the swamp is not going to happen. We need a revolution. We need to replace people representing us with people that will represent us better. Obviously, one person can't represent the entire population fairly because we all have different opinions. But a revolution doesn't mean, or doesn't have to mean, let's go burn down our capital and rebuild a new one. It could be as simple as replacing all the critters, all the slimy critters in power, and restore our government to the way it was designed. 3 separate units: judicial, executive, and legislative branches. The executive branch does not make legislation or law. He enforces it. The judicial says if that law meets the requirements of the Constitution, and if it doesn't or it violates that, the law is banished. And then you got the legislative. They create the laws. They don't ask the governor or the president to, hey, send us a law, we'll agree to it and send it back to you to sign. No. Judges creating laws based on their rulings is not in the Constitution. And so not only the swamp problem, the problem is everybody's like, we got to drain the swamp. The swamp has gone so far outside of Washington that it touches the West Coast. So what we need to do is we need to demand a smaller federal government. So, alrighty. Well, I'm going to let you go. I've got to go do some work, put some money in the bank, and deliver some eggs while I'm out here too. So chickens are laying like crazy. I think I've talked my wife into not butchering the older flock. People are happy because they're getting eggs much more often. We're going through a little more feed, but the older girls got a big free range area, and they're eating a lot of bugs, so they're eating a lot less feed than the new girls who have a smaller area. So maybe we'll expand that one of these days. Alrighty, till next time, get yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually prepared. Times are going to get tough. I'm seeing it. I mean, I've seen food prices double, shelves empty. So be mentally prepared, because if you're mentally prepared and physically prepared, you'll be able to persevere and get through. So till next time, God bless.